All right, so here I am on Apple's website. So I am going to order the new iPad. So I'll click on the iPad link. And it seems to be much faster now than it was, obviously, right after the keynote was over. All right, click on pre-order now. Much, much faster, actually. So the debate is which one to get. And obviously, I'm a photographer and videographer, so I'm going to be housing a lot of my photography and video on the iPad itself for as a portfolio and for demonstration purposes. So I think it's almost a necessity to have the 64 gig model. And I'm surprised actually that Apple didn't release a 128 gig model just because of the size of the apps and the size of the content, the games, the textbooks, you name it, everything is huge and only going to get bigger, especially with the Retina display graphics and whatnot. So I think 128 would have been very nice, or maybe even just a simple bump in at 112, something like that. But anyway, it didn't happen. So anyway, here we are. It jumped into the page. The graphics are actually loading now, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to click on pre-order for the new iPad, not iPad 3 or iPad HD. And this is where it kind of crawls a little bit. So I'm actually just, surprised that it's actually moving as fast as it is right now. So this is the pre-order. So, why did Apple decide to do a pre-order this time around? Whereas, last year they didn't. Well, they did a pre-order for the iPhone 4. And I got to say that I'm glad I pre-ordered for the iPhone 4. Obviously you guys could order on here and have it delivered to your house if you wanted to, or you could pick it up at the store. And here we are having the same issue as we've had, it seems like, all morning. So let's just go back to the store. I got further into the process just a little bit ago before I started this recording. So unfortunately, it's still causing these little hiccups. So I'm sure Apple servers will come online and make it a little bit easier here shortly. And I'm sure by the time that I need to wrap this video and go, then the ordering process is going to be like, no problem. So anyway, like I was saying about iPhone 4, I pre-ordered. And I'm glad I did because in my particular location, which is in the Woodlands, close to Houston, Texas, it was a challenge to even stand in line because, it was an 8 a.m. release. A lot of people wanted to get there in the middle of the night and did get there in the middle of the night, but mall security would not allow you to stand on premises, which was the mall property. So what we had to do is stand off premises. So there was a mass chaos going up to the doors at the Woodlands Mall, and I ended up with my buddy about maybe 200 people back, somewhere around there. And I was thinking, man, there's like no way I'm going to be here all morning. This is going to take forever, and we're going to be way back in the line. And so I was pleasantly surprised when we went down the escalators that walking up to the doors of the Apple store, I was like maybe number 10. So that really surprised me. And so long story short, pre-ordering is the best way to go. And that's exactly what I'm doing right here. So I'm going to pick my color, which is black. I'm going to go 64. And I'm just going to go all out. Ooh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go this option here. So hopefully that'll let me undo it. And I did this earlier. And of course, when you click on one, then you try to click on the other, and then it kind of locks you out and you can't do much. If you try to refresh, not cool either. So I obviously don't want to pick two. I just want to pick one. And then this is going to be a frustrating situation as you can see. And again, Apple Store is just being bombarded basically with requests. So I'm just going to go back one page and get back into it. Okay, so black, choosing my color. Let's go down. I'm going to choose the Wi-Fi plus 4G 64 829. Yikes. And I'm going to go down here a little bit lower, and where does it ask me? And it should ask me for the carrier, which carrier I want to choose, and it's not asking me that. At least I don't see it. And I know I did it earlier, so I know that it does exist. So let's click right up here. And again, I did this earlier as well. And then it brought up the summary, and it actually worked a little bit better. So this video might be a little bit long, but you can kind of see the ordering process and what Apple is facing right now. Just people left and right wanting to get their hands on the new iPad next week, and I think part of that reason is because of the Retina display. So I guess as I'm sitting here, we can kind of talk about the specs. Of course, the big advancement is the Retina display. Retina display, 2048 by 1536 pixels, and that's a 266 pixels per inch, if memory serves me correctly. And that is boggling. I mean, this is going to be amazing to the eyes to be able to see that kind of resolution on a tablet that size. It's almost like looking at, an 8x10 glossy photograph right there in your hands, but it's manipulatable. You can manipulate the controls, manipulate the interface, and move the photo around. So, I mean, it's just going to be absolutely amazing. I can't wait to get my hands on it, obviously. All right, so let's go ahead and just do this one more time. And I'm clicking and clicking and clicking, and of course, it's just not wanting to take my input. So I'm just going to simply go back again. Let's just try it again, and they're just going to play this game over and over and over again, and that's what we've been doing here for like the past hour. And again, I got a little bit further than this last time to where I was able to choose my carrier, and then it locked up. And so let's talk about the carrier real quick. You've got AT&T versus Verizon. Here we go, and I'm going to choose Verizon right there, and of course it's this. It's this situation here where it's just not accepting the input for whatever reason. So let's go up here, and it'll pop up with a box over here to tell you exactly, to move forward past this once you've chosen your carrier. So let me make sure I lock that in. It's not working, so just give it a second, let it do its thing. So AT&T or Verizon, which is it going to be? I've weighed upon this heavily, and as you could go back and look at our other videos and see the debate, especially with my colleagues Austin and Devin, whether or not to choose AT&T versus Verizon. And really, the coverage in our area, being in North Houston, is pretty comparable. I have a Verizon MiFi LTE, and the speeds are unreal. It's just amazingly fast. 5 to 10 megabits per second is awesome. So if I have that device, do I really need to even get LTE on an iPad? And for testing purposes, we're going to go ahead and do it and purchase the LTE iPad, like you can see here. But knowing that obviously is not enough. You got to pick your carrier, and I think I'm going to go with Verizon only because I have an AT&T iPhone, and if I am stuck in a situation where I need to have coverage no matter where I'm at, then I'm going to be able to choose, maybe I don't have coverage on my iPhone, it's not working very well. Well, I have my iPad and it's Verizon, then I'm pretty much covered, even if I don't have the MiFi on me at that time. So I think that's pretty much my decision as far as going with Verizon. Now, if you travel a lot, obviously, you're going to want to get Verizon. You're going to have better coverage around the states, and Verizon is in more areas around the country as of this time of the year in March of 2012. So that is part of the decision making as well. I personally don't travel very much, very little, if at all. So that's not going to be an issue for me. All right. So of course I could keep on going back and forth and trying to get into the system. And I'm sure a lot of people are facing this right now, and it's just not wanting to work. So let's just go ahead and bypass this. I'm sure as soon as I do this, it's going to actually work. Let's just go back one more screen. Pre-order again. Black. 64. There we go. Much quicker this time. Verizon. And then last time, again, it popped up over here telling me exactly how to move forward. And again, it's locking me out. So could just play the waiting game and sit here and just twiddle my thumbs, but let's just hit the refresh. And of course, that's what happens. Again, pre-order. Black. 64. Verizon. Anyway, this could be mind-numbing. So let's just go ahead and sit here. I'll just put my hand on my head and just wait and wait and wait. And I guess I'll just have to forward through the video until it happens. Oh wait, there it is. And actually it just happened right away. So Free shipping delivers March 16th. Let's talk about shipping real quick. I'm personally not gonna have mine shipped to me. Instead, I'm gonna have it pick up at the store, and I'm sure I don't maybe Apple has instituted a situation where you actually have to order it and there is no reservations as far as picking up at the store. But we are gonna offer coverage, nonstop coverage of the launch event, and that's going to be at the Woodlands, Texas Apple Store. So if you're in the area and you want to come on out and be part of our coverage, that'd be great. And we'll be broadcasting to Justin TV, JustinTV.com, or sorry, Justin.tv / Texas Tech Review. So Texas TECH Review, and you'll get a live coverage there of our broadcast event. So we're going to be recording and live streaming at the same time, and live streaming will pretty much be continuous with nonstop. So hopefully one of our iPhones won't craptastically fail on us, and everything will work perfectly. So again, sitting here waiting. That's the name of the game. Today is Apple's day, and they're making everybody suffer along with them and be part of their announcement, because I'm sure people are right along with me trying to do this, and probably doesn't even matter that I'm trying to reserve it, because I plan to be number one in line at the Woodlands store. So 2 years ago, March 11th, in fact, or sorry, April 3rd, 2010, Apple released the original iPad, and I was number one at the Woodlands, Texas Apple Store. So I plan to reclaim my throne, so to speak, as number one at the store. So, and we're gonna sit here and just do this over and over again. So I've already hit continue once, so I'm afraid to do it again. Otherwise, it's just gonna kind of probably lock out on me and give me some kind of error message. So, okay, I'm just going to sit here and wait for it to finish. I'll fast forward in just a second. And we're back. So I think all I need to do is just simply put my hand on my head, and then that's going to speed up the process. No, I don't want to cover. So I already have one of those magical smart covers that Apple tried to sell or sold us last year. So I already have one, and actually I probably need a new one, because the thing is just like horribly dirty, So I've got the option here of adding Apple Care Plus for my iPad. Do I want to add that? No, not really. And all this is an insurance policy. It says every iPad comes with hardware repair for 90 days and technical support, and this extends the coverage by 2 years. It gives you 2 years of repair coverage and technical support from the original purchase of the purchase date of the iPad. And it adds coverage for up to 2 incidents of accidental damage due to handling of your iPad, each subject to a $49 service fee. So if you dropped your iPad, of course they're going to cover, they're going to replace the screen or whatever they need to do, or maybe you even need it completely replaced. They'll replace it for you. But for $49, it's not a bad fee to have to pay. But of course you're paying this insurance policy of $99, which is quite a bit. All these accessories, cool, no need. Already have them all. So, of course, Apple TV 2 will launch today. That'll be available next week, so I'll be purchasing that, and I'll probably invest in that as opposed to going with that insurance policy. All right, so let's go ahead and go to continue, and let's even see if it even gives me the option to for a pickup at the store rather than have it delivered to my home. And again, the waiting game. I think it's time to put my hand on my head. Apple, why do you do this to us? You frustrate us. Let's return to the store, and again, the process has to start all over again. And again, that's slow. So this video is much longer than anticipated. Let's just go ahead and go back one screen. Got all my settings locked in. I got all my specifications for my iPad locked in. Let's continue. and we'll let it wait. Oh, that's right. Hand on head. And that means it's going to actually connect for me. No. Really, Apple? Really? Okay, I think I'll go run some errands while we wait. Alright, so now we get an alert that Safari cannot open this page. Let's go back again. And try it one more time. So in the meantime, I'll sit here and play on my phone. And still waiting. Yay! And we're through. Personalized with your iPad engraving. No. Skip engraving. Continue. Man, there's a lot of options. To do this, you got to be a multitasker. And since there's engraving, it looks like that there's going to be no reservation as far as picking it up at the store. So I might be doing all this for no reason. So I'm going to go on Facebook here and talk with my friends about the iPad. Please, please, go through. We're getting through. All right. So iPad, Wi-Fi, 4G, LTE, Verizon 64 gig. Okay, so it's letting me get through, but obviously it's only doing the shipping. So if I hit checkout now, is it going to give me the option for store pickup? I don't know. So I guess we're going to see. So we've gotten through this far. Perhaps it will. So let's go ahead and do the checkout now and see. Oh, no, here it is. I've just kind of looked over it. Pickup is not eligible. So delivers on March 16th. Obviously, I don't want to do that. So there you go. Pre-order is only for delivery to your home or your business. So if you're thinking that you can go online and just simply pre-order your iPad and expect to get it at the store, it looks to me like that's not going to happen. So anyway, what a wrap up, or what a run through as far as trying to order the iPad, and it's just not even possible. So I'm going to leave the screen up just in case I decide to go ahead and order it. But regardless, we're going to have wall-to-wall, nonstop live coverage at the Woodlands store in the Woodlands, Texas, at the Woodlands Mall. And we'll be there live streaming to Justin TV and recording for YouTube broadcasts. So come on out, join the crew, and be on Justin TV. And if you're sitting at home watching the coverage, or maybe you think that you're going to come out and join us, then watch the coverage before, and we'll kind of give you updates as far as how many people back are in line, or maybe if you have friends that are going out there, watch it, because who knows, you might see them in line. And we plan on talking to quite a few people in line just to get their input as far as what they're going to get and what they plan to get and what they want for their iPad. So anyway, so this is Kris with letstalktech.net and 4Leaf Photo, the number 4, LEAF photo.net, and also with Texas Tech Review, which is where you're watching this at probably right now. So again, justin.tv/Texas Tech Review on March 16th, or the morning before. We still don't have a confirmation on what time on March 16th that the iPad's going to launch. Either morning or evening will be there regardless, nonstop. So come on back and check it out, and come back and watch the YouTube videos as well of the unboxing. So we'll do a live unboxing of the iPad, the new iPad, there in front of the Apple Store for all to see online, and also obviously for the people that are standing in line drooling and waiting to get their hands on the device. Hey guys, I'm back, and fast forward 2 days and Apple has enabled the in-store pickup. So if you were trying to order the iPad and reserve the iPad immediately on the 7th, it didn't allow you to do so. So the ability to pick up at the store was, simply not available. So right now I can simply choose pick up at store and put in a zip code in your area. So that's a zip code that's close to my area. And then it lists the stores that are close to you and gives you the ability, obviously, just to, skip through and find any stores in the general vicinity. So that's how you would want to go ahead and order it. So I did so yesterday. So I'm just kind of running through the process of making that happen. So you would pick up at store and then process your order. And, and my order hasn't been canceled. It's just simply sitting there saying that it's in process. So if I go to the store right now and go to my account and track my order, here's my order right here for my iPad Wi-Fi plus 4G Verizon 64 gig, and it says pick up March 16th. So when I click on the little triangle right here, processing items, we are processing your order now. You can modify your order details through online order status or by contacting Apple Online Store customer service. So there you have it. The order is being processed. Everything looks like it's fine. And even you don't need to pre-order your iPad. If you get there early enough and get to the store early enough, there's no reason that you can't get what you want. So, like I said, me and my group plan to be at the Woodlands Apple Store. That might change. We might go to the new Highland Village store, the new all glass Apple store in Houston, Texas, so miniature version of the Manhattan store. So that would be pretty cool to be able to do that. So we're kind of up in the air as to what we're going to do as far as which store we're going to go to. It depends on the processing of the order. So, stay tuned. We'll figure out what we're going to do, and then you can obviously just tune into Justin TV, Justin.TV/Texas Tech Review, and I'll also have a link in the video embedded into my blog, which is 4leafphotoblog.net, the number 4, leafphotoblog.net, and you can see that right below. So make sure you check us out that day. And I know I've done enough plugging about that, but this is the simple ordering process. And of course, now it's very easy to order your iPad and, get it reserved and actually just get it delivered to your home. Orders are being pushed back to the 19th. So depending on what model you're going for, you could wait, up to 3 to 4 days after the launch day. So shipping times are stated as being on the 19th or even for some models, so which pushes it back to the following Monday, which means you might not get it until the following Tuesday. So if you're an early adopter like myself, your best bet at this point, depending on which model you want, is to jump in line at the store, get there early like we will with full coverage, and we'll talk about that later on in the week with a sneak peek on what's going on and the gear that we're using and all that good stuff in order to make it happen. So anyway, this is Kris with Let's Talk Tech.net, 4Leaf Photo, and Texas Tech Review, and we'll see you guys later.